foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. I am your host, your ghost host, Wes Troop, and I am back this week with another episode where we're going to talk about what happened down at Walt Disney World this past week. And if you are a fan of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, it has begun. Yes, I know it's only the middle of August, but you know how Disney is. We start holidays months early. So we are going to talk a lot about what's going down at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year, as well as some other news that's been hitting Walt Disney World this week. So let's get to the trending topics. So, first up, boys and ghouls. That was very Crypt Keeper. Let's talk about this past week saw the first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party of the year take place. While there were a number of returning favorites to the party, such as the Jack and Sally and Moana exclusive meet and greets, the Hades Nachos at Pecos Bill, the Hocus Pocus Spelltacular, and Deep Space Mountain, there were a number of big new additions to this year's party. First off, we all knew that Hallowishes was going to be replaced with Mickey's Not So Spooky Fireworks. And I did not go to the party yet. I just bought my ticket actually for when I go next month. Actually, just 3 weeks away. And so I will be going, but I did watch it on YouTube, as anyone can, so I can form an opinion at least by what the videos look like and what I've heard from other people. So Mickey's Not So Spooky Fireworks have replaced Hallowishes. And I did really love Hallowishes, and I think Mickey's Not So Spooky Fireworks look very good. There's a bunch of projections on the castle. Of course, Mickey and friends go trick-or-treating in the story, and there's Disney villains pop up, skeletons, the waltzing ghosts from the Haunted Mansion, all a lot of fun there. And of course, one of the big things about this fireworks show is that it's hosted by Jack Skellington, and there is a puppet that is at the stage of the castle, which a lot of people have said you have to sort of be close in the hub area to see it, but then you kind of get a bad view of the fireworks, so it's kind of hit and miss with that puppet. Like, hopefully my usual spot where I stand for the fireworks for Happily Ever After and stuff, I can at least zoom in on the Jack puppet. But that puppet looks very cool. I can't wait to see what it looks like in person. Hopefully I'll see it in person when I go, and it won't be a little ant. But I think the fireworks look pretty cool. Fireworks for me are one of the things I have to see in person to judge, because you can see it on YouTube and be like, yeah, that looks fine, like Happily Ever After, and then you see it in person and you're tearing up and stuff. So that's sort of like I was. So once I experience them in person, I'll be able to tell you more about what I think about the fireworks. But so far, by the videos that I've seen, they look pretty cool. The Boo to You parade, of course, returns. Definitely a highlight of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And the Boo to You parade, I love it. It's one of my favorite all-time parades at Walt Disney World. And they added a few floats. You get Buzz Lightyear and the aliens, as well as Mr. and Mrs. Incredible and Edna Mode dancing to the Monster Mash. Funny enough, I was watching the shout out, by the way, Resort TV 1, Josh and Jenna. They are the live streamers I watch the most. And their live stream caught the first Boo to You parade with the Incredibles in it, and Mrs. Incredible's float got stuck, and they had to tow it out of there. So So far so good for the Mrs. Incredible float there. Maybe it'll get stuck when I'm there too. You never know. But it was there for the second parade, so it must be okay at least. But yeah, the new additions seem okay. I mean, I don't know that they're really that needed, but and of course we still have your all-time old favorites in the parade. You got the pirates. You have I forgot the big addition. How could I forget the big addition to the Boo to You parade? Constance the Bride from the Haunted Mansion now comes down the street. And it looks like she's floating, so maybe she's on like a hoverboard or something. But, very very cool. That was the coolest new addition to the Boo to You parade, I think, and I can't wait to see that in person. But yeah, all the old favorites are there. The Grave Diggers are there. The Pirates are there. Tinkerbell, of course. Yeah, and of course the Fall Hoedown. Yeah. All right. So Boo to You parade looks great as ever, and they made some changes to the rides. Pirates of the Caribbean, I was a little critical last year. I'm sure you all remember me saying about Gunpowder Pete was kind of let down, shall we say. And I was like, oh, that's it? Now this time it's more or less pirates that are looking for treasure along the way. I believe there were 4 in the video that I saw. One in the queue, and then one near Barbossa's ship, and then a couple further down in the ride. I believe it was where Gunpowder Pete was last year. But I mean, just adding a few more made it a better version and a better storyline. It's a simpler storyline. They're just looking for treasure. I wonder if you saw any. So I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll be fine, I'm sure. So I'll be definitely looking forward to checking out that new Pirates overlay. And the Monsters Inc. laugh floor, I thought was going to be like a special Halloween version of the laugh floor. It's actually just a trick-or-treat trail. It is Halloween themed, but you go in and you can sit down for a little bit and relax, and then they have the show going to the Halloween theme, the jokes and whatnot. But mostly it's just a trick-or-treat trail. People go in, look at the screen for a few seconds while they're in line, and leave once they get their candy. So I always have said the Monsters Inc. laugh floor isn't one of my favorite things, but maybe I'll just go in, pick up some candy, check it out, get out of there. All right, then I can say, well, I was in the theater for the first time since 2011. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of great new stuff at the party. Of course, there's some new food to try. There's a lot of cool merchandise. I definitely think Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is worth the ticket price. I was there last year, and I'm definitely going again this year now that all these changes have come in, and also get to see my old favorites. So Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party looks awesome, as always. And speaking of the Halloween party, Walt Disney World has announced that for the first time ever, they will be offering a party pass for this year's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Guests with the special pass will have access to most party nights. Of course, it excludes October 31st, 2019. Pricing for the pass is $299. There you go. It's $300 plus tax for ages 10 and above, and $284 for plus tax for ages 3 to 9. Supplies of the ticket are very limited, so guests looking to purchase one will have to do so at either guest services or any ticket window, of course at the parks. The special ticket cannot be purchased online, so don't even try it. Guests who already have tickets to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party can upgrade their ticket to a party pass by calling, get the number down, 407-939-4295 and paying the difference. So, I have seen a lot of people who are annual pass holders say this is definitely worth it. If they were thinking about coming to 2 or 3 parties, yeah, it's definitely worth it to be able to basically have a season pass for the Halloween party. It's a very cool idea. I think they sort of took the idea from Universal for the Halloween Horror Nights. You know, they have a pass like that, but this is a very good idea and something crazy for Disney, really. For this party pass. I don't know that they'll do one for Christmas, but of course we'll find out as we get closer to that party. But a very interesting idea, and I know a lot of people are interested in it. So if you are, then you can go to guest services or go to any ticket window to get your party pass. And speaking of new ticket types, Walt Disney World is launching a brand new midday magic ticket option for guests, which grants access to the parks after noon. Guests can purchase the ticket with several options, including multi-day and park hopper. A 2-day ticket will cost $88 a day, plus tax, from $176 total. 3-day ticket is $84 a day, and it would be $252 total. And a 4-day ticket costs $79 a day, and then that would be a $316 total. And though the base ticket only includes one park per day, there is a park hopper option, or a park hopper plus, that can be added for an additional fee. Disney FastPass Plus selections before 12 noon will not be, obviously 12 is noon, will not be valid with the midday magic ticket, and guests who are staying on property cannot use the ticket to gain access to morning extra magic hours. So don't even try it again. So this might be an option that sounds good to some people that like to get up late. This is not something that I would ever think of, because if you know me, I am there when the rope drops every morning. Very rare do I miss a rope drop, and if it is, then I'm doing something else. But like at Typhoon Lagoon or something. But yeah, I would be at the rope drop at Typhoon Lagoon too. So. Yeah, I'm always usually there. All extra magic hours, all rope drops, blah blah blah. I'm there. I just like to get the most out of my vacation, and I go to bed early. But there are a lot of people that like to maybe go out to breakfast, maybe do a character breakfast and do some things. If you have kids, it might take longer to get to the park, that you don't end up there till around noon. So it might be worth it for you guys, but for me, I don't really see the point, because the parks are going to be crowded by the time you get there. The best time is during the morning to get all those rides in, as many as you can, and then that's what I do. I hit as many as I can before the crowds really get there, and then it just sort of like fizzles down. It's like, okay, well now let's see, what didn't I do that I have to wait for? So not if it's something for me, but if you are interested in that midday magic ticket, it is available now. And we're going to continue on at the Magic Kingdom, because we have a little bit of an update for a ride that randomly closed. The Astro Orbiter at the Magic Kingdom, which has been closed since July and had a tentative reopening date of August 15th, 2019. You can see where we're going with this, because it's past that, will now be closed through September 19th, 2019, reopening to park guests on September 20th, 2019, of course. So I will miss Astro Orbiter on my vacation. I was actually planning to ride it this time. I thought, you know what, I think maybe I could do a ride-through video for the channel for that one. Yeah, no. I'm like, I was actually going to ride it for the first time since 2012, but oh well. Maybe next year if it's open. But as of now, Astro Orbiter is looking to be open again on September 20th. Of course, that could change. And speaking of rides that randomly closed and are still closed, You know where I'm going with this. My Primeval Whirl update. Several months ago, on June 17th, the resort released an advisory informing guests that Primeval Whirl would be closed until further notice due to unspecified issues. While guests are assured the ride will reopen in July, of course it never did. Then Disney said that the attraction would open in September. However, now, guests with FastPass Plus reservations for the attraction in September and October have been reporting that their reservations are being canceled. And of course, that gives us doubt on the idea that the ride will even reopen this fall. It looks like the attraction's closure has been extended again, and no one has any idea when, or at this point, if it will reopen. So Primeval Whirl, things are looking a little grim, grinning ghosts, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. And we could get into all of the rumors that are going around, which I'm sure we're going to hear more about this weekend at D23. And of course, I will be giving you all that stuff. That there's a lot of Dinoland rumors that have been going around for the last years about possibly an Indiana Jones takeover where Dinoland is no more and Indiana Jones ride takes over Dinosaur. But that's a whole nother can of worms, which, yeah, that's a whole nother show, really. But, and believe me, if that happens, I'll be talking about it. Yeah, who knows? Primeval Whirl, at this point, who knows when it's going to open. But of course, when I get an update, I'll let you guys know. But it doesn't sound like it's going to be in September or October or anytime soon. And speaking of Disney's Animal Kingdom, beginning August 29th, Disney will have the following special character meet and greets around the park, just for annual pass holders. You can meet Baloo near the Creature Comforts from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and you can greet Tarzan and Jane near Island Mercantile in Discovery Island from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. But the special character offering will only be available for annual pass holders and for a limited time. So those are characters I won't be able to meet. Rats. Anyway, I would like to meet Baloo. That would be cool. I think Tarzan and Jane are actually out at the Halloween party, so I guess I could meet them if I wanted to. But yes, if you're interested in those meet and greets and you're an annual pass holder, definitely check that out over at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And speaking of characters, Disney is bringing back wandering characters for a trial run this fall at some of the resort hotels. At Disney's Wilderness Lodge, you can meet Chip and Dale, and they can be found in and around the lawn area at the Wilderness Lodge. Over at Disney's Contemporary Resort, Chip and Dale again will be interacting with guests at playing on lawn games like cornhole. Over at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, Lilo, Stitch, Mickey, and Pluto can be found in the lawn outside of the Great Ceremonial Hall. Over at the Grand Floridian, Pooh and Tigger can be found around the various sidewalks at the resort, as well as Mary Poppins by the main pool topiaries, and Alice and the Mad Hatter will be found in and around the Mad Hatter Tea Party pool. Over at the Yacht and Beach Club, Daisy, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy will be in and around the pool area. In the pool? Ready to catch some sun with guests. And Disney's Boardwalk Resort, Daisy, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy, again, will be around the pool area to partake in the fun. Right now, these experiences are only a test, so it's hard to say how long that the characters will be available or if the wandering characters will play a permanent part of the resorts moving forward. All right, well, that is the show for this week. As I mentioned during the show, D23 is upon us. I will not be there, but I will be reporting all the stuff that goes down this coming weekend. I'll have a recap for everybody when we have the next show, and we're going to talk about what we like and what we didn't like, because there could be a lot. There might be some great news about new rides opening. There might be some terrible news about some that are closing. You never know what's going to happen at D23 when it comes to the parks. But there's going to be some big announcement. Could it be a whole nother park? Could it be new rides? We're going to find out this weekend. And of course, on next week's show, I'll let everybody know. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/HitchHostShow. Follow the show on Facebook. Facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Follow on the Twitter @HitchHostShow. And if you want to listen to the show, or you are listening to the show, do so over on Podbean, HitchHostShow.podbean.com, or listen over on iTunes or Stitcher. There we go. Search under West Troop or the Hitchhiking Host Show. Until next time, don't forget to
hurry back, hurry back.
for the next episode. See ya.